But yeah, also it's interesting you mentioned I've never played Final Fantasy VII, but I watched a YouTuber, shout out Radbrad, who played the remake, and really loved it. It was really cool. I'm very excited because the part 2, I know the YouTuber is saying like the ending is very complicated because it's a subversion on the original. Yes,
it's completely different. And the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake is Tetsuya Nomura, who made Kingdom Hearts. So expect the storyline to be completely complicated. But Tetsuya Nomura's first gig was on Final Fantasy VII on the PlayStation 1.
Oh, wow.
I think I can't remember what he's in charge of actually. But yeah, he's been with that game quite a lot. Now he has a big hand, and the story's kind of changes. Kind of think of it like Spider-Verse. It's different alternate kind of universes opening up. That's what he's trying to do. And it's really interesting. So I don't know what's going to happen. I know the story because I played the original PlayStation 1 version of 7. And yeah, Rebirth, which is the part 2 of it, we're going to see the outside world of like the city of Midgar now. And it's going to be like, yeah, what I anticipate it's going to be so exciting.
I've got big, I'll say it here. I'll be the first one to say it. It could be Game of the Year. I'm going to drop it. You heard it here. If it is, and I've called it out before it even came out, that'll be amazing. But yeah, I think it's Game of the Year quality from what the first game, like I said, it was, I personally loved it. The only other Final Fantasy game I played was Final Fantasy 15, and I enjoyed that. Yeah. Very good. Also very...
If you thought that was very good, that's... Like, it's not really seen as one of the best Final Fantasy games. I actually like 15.
I like it
It's
too.
good. If I never played a Final Fantasy game ever, I would think that's amazing. But then you used to play like 7 and then 10. 9 is very good as well.
Okay.
8 as well. I haven't played 8. I just know the story because of Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, but... No, there were so many good... The thing is, they're old, the games, so you have to either get like the PlayStation 1 version if you're willing to put up with the graphics and stuff, but the story is so strong. The story is there. Okay. It's really good.
Okay, I'll check it out. So, we're gonna come to the very last question. Okay. I say this, we're gonna do the quick fire questions, and there might be some others if I can think of some.
I'm looking forward to these quick fire questions.
It's gonna be a whole. I won't spoil the surprise. It's gonna be a whole thing.
I'm looking forward to doing it.
Because I'm looking at them. I'm just like, oh gosh. When I explain it to you, you'll see how difficult it's gonna be. But yeah, as a multidisciplinary artist, you've likely faced many various challenges, whether that's with your art, whether it's with sort of creative blocks, whether it's just like in general with like just being a black creative as a whole, or even in your case, being a female creative. Can you share a specific project or instance where you've encountered a challenge, but then could you say how you creatively found a solution?
Oh, it's hard. It's like every day of my life. You know what? You start to go on autopilot because you know what? When you have artist block, I just don't push past it anymore. I just kind of accept it and do other things which make me happy, like watching anime. Because that's what I mean. Like it goes all the way back around to when I said, I don't know if it's in this recording, by the way, but I did say previously to you, even outside, anime is still a big part of my life because like people tell you as a kid, oh, you're going to grow out of this, like you won't have time to do this. But as an adult, and I'm a practicing artist, I need things that inspire me. Like, of course, otherwise, like going to galleries and stuff, I do love going to galleries, seeing like an exhibition and stuff, even if it is about anime as well, which is becoming a thing. Anime is now finally seen as art. I remember my art teacher telling me, that's not art. And I'm like, but it's drawings and it looks good. Like, it's art. Like, what do you mean? Like, but anime is how I unwind and just, decompress. Because that's the thing, your artist block usually is from, like, it's frustrating when, like, you need to be creative for work and stuff. I can't, that's why I can't do it as a job. I do it for me. But I blow off steam by watching anime or playing video games. Like sometimes when I can't even sleep, I just read manga or I was playing Zelda last night because I couldn't sleep and it was just so nice. And things just start coming to your mind.
Exactly.
And I used to even purposely, and this is also a thing, artists, like when I say, I don't know, I can't name any artists now, but there were other artists like maybe like the greats even, they would purposely choose a boring job to work.
Yes.
And I actually used to do that. I used to have a job where I just worked on reception. It was quiet, or when it wasn't busy, and then things would just pop into my head. They just come because you're ready to accept them. You're not trying to, like, you know, what's the saying? Squeeze blood out of a stone. You're not trying to do that because it's impossible. But the ideas just come to you when you're kind of, you calm, you have a clear mind. You don't even have to have a clear mind. You could just be like completely bored, and then suddenly ideas just start coming in my brain. And like I had an exhibition where I was featured in a group exhibition. All 4 pieces I entered were drawn whilst I was working behind the desk.
Wow.
And I was like, and that was like a really fun fact to talk about with people. And it's just, that's those kind of jobs where ideas come to mind, because we can't obviously work and do our passion and be paid for it. It's sad that we live this life, especially in London. You can't just do your hobby. It's a side hustle as well as the fact you do a normal job to pay the bills. But I was trying to find a way to make the two kind of marry. And I don't want a job in the creative industry. I've done that, and I'd rather have a job where I don't have to be creative. I just, you know, I'm a very organised individual, so I can do a job where I'm organised and have a work-life balance. So having the space to just have ideas come into your head, and then you can put it out, and there's no pressure. I think that's the number one thing with blocks. Blocks happen because of pressure in your life and stress. But then at the same time, when those blocks are moved, like chakras and Avatar, the blockages are moved because you're moving them, and then it comes back.
Yeah. And I think I'm also gonna make sure it's not like super blaringly loud. But yeah, you also need another round of applause, because I wasn't actually like shouting it out, but yeah, the fact that you actually even you've done like you're a very humble person. I'm here to brag. So like the fact that you did, like, you've done exhibitions, the fact, like, if you go to Aliyah's like Instagram page, like you were at a Sega event as well.
I did a commission for Sega. See, honestly, do fan art, do things that you like drawing, because then the officials will see it and they're like, you can draw our IP really well, we're going to hire you. Just like how the dude who did a Spider-Man Lego animation thing, they saw him, they're like, wow, you got our Spider-Man thing completely on point. We actually should just hire you. That's how you get jobs.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, like, you've done all of this. And like I said, like, how many people can say that they've done an exhibition?
Well, like, I couldn't until like 2 years ago. I was really like scared to do an exhibition. I was really intimidated. I was like, I can't do an exhibition. I'm not an artist. Imposter syndrome, like impostering, really bad. Most creatives have that as well. But my friend, her name is Annette. She's like, I call her my art sister, but I've known her since secondary school, since year 7, and we do art together still to this day. And she pushed me, she encourages me, she gives me the right kind of, like, you know, she just inspires me so much, and she makes me driven. She was the one that pushed me into entering, it was her group exhibition that she was curating. Nice. And then I did more. It's just an addiction now. I just love it. I had 2 solo exhibitions last year, and I'm like, I want to just do more. This was so rewarding, but it opened me up to so many opportunities as well. So yeah, it's very good. And yeah, like, I hate the fact, like, I am humble, but I need to also, like, I like to draw my characters with flowers, as you know. I need to give myself my flowers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So yeah, be proud of yourself. Because I think, like you said, like, I think definitely as a creative, even like for me, I don't always see the stuff that I do as big, but I have my team and my family.
No, you do a lot. You do a lot. I can't keep up with what you do sometimes.
You know what, generally, I'm just like, neither can I. Neither can I. I'm like, it's week 2 of 2023, and I have a lot for this month, and the first, like, up until March, is busy. I have even like actually, I can say it now because by the time the episode comes out, it should be announced. We've got like 2 events planned. So one, so we've got one on the 1st of February of March, which again, you know, like, podcast aside, great to have you there. For International Women's Day, it's going to be a live podcast discussion, actually here at the Roundhouse. I just need to make sure all the details get confirmed. Yes. But it's going to be all about, like, just speaking about, like, I'm not on the panel, I will say that, but it'll be a panel of women speaking about their experiences from different industries and just talking about why, kind of like we mentioned here, the need for diversity, but also talking about their passions, what they do. They all do stuff that's very different, so talking about that as well. And then giving all our attendees the opportunity to network. And then like I say joker, but like I'm just, delusional is a strong word, but as a big dreamer, let's go with that. On the 8th, so literally a week later, because I don't want to give myself any rest, we're going to do a big Pick Up the Mic celebration, because on the 3rd of March is officially like 3 years since our first episode ever came out. Yeah, so 3rd of March will be 3 years of Pick Up the Mic. So we want to go, well, I've always been saying we wanted to do something, but like I said, when we started, it was in 2021, there was COVID, so we couldn't really do much. And then it was just like trying to find a space in London that wouldn't charge you an arm and a leg.
Yeah.
That minimum, and then trying to sort out food and all that stuff. So instead, we're now like looking for places. If anyone's listening, you got a place that you want to recommend, like please, I will take it.
Have a live podcast show.
Yes. So the plan for that is still in the works, but it's either going to be just like, I'll see who on the team wants to, because there was originally, in that first episode, there was 3 people. So it was me, one of my close friends, Samuel, and another friend of mine, Anushka. She's currently in Cambridge, so if I can bring her down, like I can't promise anything, but if I can bring her down, and the plan is for someone to interview the 3 of us, because that first episode was the fun, like people don't know it, but like we found it super funny because we recorded it on Zoom, all our cameras were off, because we were just like, we don't want the Wi-Fi to be bad. We all liked it. Like we like it now. When we did it, we hated it.
Yeah.
Even if you go back onto YouTube or on like any listening platform, there's like a 4-minute gap in the episode, because when I was editing it, I didn't see it. So it was only like, I think when we finished our first season, someone messaged me and was just like, your like first episode's got a gap. I was like, no, it doesn't. Like I don't know what you're talking about. It's just ridiculous. And he was like, no, it really does. And I was like, okay, cool. Where is it? I even like opened the file again, like the typical, like I said, like an actual joke, man. I just opened it again. I was like, I've checked. It's not there. I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it's just you. And he was like, no. Like, go, like, check again. So I went in, I zoomed in, and because I use anything to edit, whether it's video or audio, I use Premiere Pro.
Yeah.
And with Premiere Pro, if you've never used it before, if you don't zoom in enough, you don't see it. So I, like a joker, didn't see that I'd cut out something and didn't close the gap. But to be honest, I told people, like, to this day, I find it funny because I look back on it and I'm just like, our first episode.
It's the rookie mistake. Your first video, your first podcast is never going to be perfect.
It's never going to be perfect. No. So yeah,
start somewhere.
Exactly. I look back on it and I'm very happy for like where it is, like where we are now. Like, so yeah, 8th of March is going to be.
And you learned from it.
Exactly. I've learned a lot from it. But yeah, 3, like generally, when people, like when I thought about it, it's like 3 years of the podcast.
That's a big deal, 3 years.
Like, 3 years, damn, man. But yeah, we're going to do a big celebration.
Do a round of applause. Press that button. Yeah.
Oh, wait, let me turn up. There we go. So yeah, 3 years of the podcast. We'll be celebrating that. I need to figure out when and where. Oh no, when is definitely the 8th. Where's what we're looking for.
The where, yeah.
But yeah, we will be sending out a link to register shortly. And yeah, the plan is to bring like everyone who's ever been on the podcast, like our audience, of course, but everyone who's ever been a guest, everyone who's ever like supported, so everyone can come to one place, have a nice time, party. Maybe we can get some karaoke and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it can be a whole big like.
Literally pick up the mic.
See, I like it. But yeah, let's go. I've been teasing it for the longest time.
Yeah. Let's go.
So the quick fire questions. The reason why I said it's going to be a bit tough is because I think it was like, I don't remember. I think some of them are repeated, so I had to like edit them out.
Okay.
I think it was like maybe like 20 questions. So the plan is, I'm gonna, I don't have the sound effect, but I'm gonna like count you, I'm gonna count down. So I'll read out the question and then I'll give you, I'll be gracious. I think 15, I think 10 seconds. 10 seconds?
It's
okay.
Pressure is fine. It's like supposed to be a quick fire.
So I'll give you 10 seconds to answer, okay?
I've screwed myself over.
So it will go fine. It'll go fine. We're gonna start. So yeah, there's quite a few. The first thing that pops into your head, just go with it. Okay, so, we're focused. Question 1, who is your all-time favourite cartoon character?
No,
10,
what?
9, 8.
DW.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Quick anime recommendations for someone new to the genre.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, Jujutsu Kaisen, and did you say 3?
No, you can give as many as you want.
I'll give one more. I would say One Piece, but it's intimidating, but it's not completed yet. So, yeah, but I'll say JJK and what did I say?
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, beginning, middle, end, perfect story.
Okay,
that's it. Yeah.
Okay, you kind of answered this, but one cartoon character who significantly influenced your artistic style.
Oh, you know what? Naruto.
Okay.
Actually, Naruto influenced my artistic style.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. I know it's supposed to be quickfire, but I would like to actually know the
reason.
You want to know why? I know the story behind this.
Do you know what? I had a really big Naruto phase. It was probably it was a big problem, and it took over my life. But I loved Naruto. It wasn't ended. I was reading it when the war started as well. So I just loved Naruto so much, and I relate to Naruto the most. So I love him as a character. I did an Inktober challenge where I was like, let me draw every day for 31 days a Naruto manga panel or make up my own Naruto manga panel. And after drawing it a lot, I just learned how to draw, but I was I actually like Kishimoto's art style for Naruto a lot. So I learned a lot of how my art style develops from there. Okay. So yeah, it was Naruto. He did that to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Console, PC, or handheld? Where do you play games?
I don't have a PC, sadly. Okay. So it's a console.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, actually, no, we don't know this one. What game is currently taking up most of your playing time?
Tears of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom. Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah.
The video game character whose design you find particularly interesting.
Interesting.
Oh, sorry, not interesting. Inspiring.
Inspiring.
10.
Oh, this is so hard.
8.
No, it's too many.
7. 6. 5. 4.
Sora.
Okay.
It's too hard.
Your go-to karaoke song. 10.
I Will Survive.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice. Your favorite challenge or aspect of cosplay that keeps you engaged.
What?
So your favorite part of cosplaying, whether it's a challenge or like an aspect of it that you really like, that you really think is like really interesting.
So I like to order the cosplays and have them ready made. If it's not possible, the best part of the challenge is overcoming those pieces and props, and I make it myself. And yeah, those are actually fun hurdles to cross. It's harder, of course, when you don't have time in your hand, so you allow more time. But yeah, making the props yourself. It's a good challenge.
That's a good one. Your most memorable moment from a cosplay experience.
When I cosplay Moana.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the first time I showed up at Comic-Con in full cosplay, and it was by myself in 2017.
Wow.
Was it 2017? Yes, it was then.
Okay.
And then I was walking around, as Moana. I made the costume completely by hand as well. So that was a big achievement.
That's props.
And then there was a little black girl who was cosplayed as Moana. She was with the parents.
Oh.
And they saw me, and they just were like, oh my God. And she got all shy, but she wanted to talk to me. And then I went up to her and I was like, hey, have you seen Maui? He turned into a hawk and he flew away. Do you know what direction he went? And she was like, I think he went over there. And we walked around a little while. And I was like, I actually did the whole Disneyland experience for that little girl. She literally thought I was Moana. And like, I took a picture of her. She had the little what was it? The oar and stuff. And she was just so happy. I made that girl's day. Like, even the parents were like, thank you so much for doing that. Like, you literally like made her feel like she was Moana and you were Moana to her. Like, that's what I mean by representation is important, because I know I look like Moana. I'm not even like where's she from? She's from like the South Pacific. I'm not from there, but I look like the character, and even like a little black girl can she feels represented and like can relate to her. And it was such a bonding experience. It was so beautiful. This is meant to be a quick fire round.
No, that's good.
Long, sorry.
I will say as well, 2017 was my first Comic-Con as well.
Oh, I bought past you.
Yeah. It was October. I came.
Oh really? Yeah. I don't think I was cosplaying that time, but I've gone every year since I was 16. Yeah.
That's dedication. Because last year was the first time I went back since 2017.
Oh yeah, because COVID and stuff.
It wasn't even just that, because I mean, obviously it was like it stopped, but before I was, because I know it's supposed to be quick fire, but one thing I will say about Comic-Con is I think because me and my brother, we always see like the American one or the Japanese one, so you go in that expectation of like what's there is going to be replicated in the UK, but it's not.
No, it's not.
So it's just going in with that expectation of like, oh no, like this is like it's basically done for the country that it's in.
Yeah.
So like when I went in May last year, I was like, this is really cool, this is really fun. I was like, cool, let me go back in October. Because I was just like, yeah, this is fun, this is good, like I like it for what it is. But yeah, me and my brother, like that is also on my bucket list, is to go to both the American and Japan. Yes. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
If you could draw, so if you could take inspiration from any place in the world, so let's go with city, because I think country is too generic. Where would it be?
City.
Yeah, so if you could draw like inspiration, or you could take inspiration from like a city that you think, you know, is very inspiring, it's very artistic, where would it be?
Oh, that's really hard. I haven't even seen enough of the world to like answer that question.
You got to go with the first 10. 9. Tokyo? Good. That's fair. I get that. Linking to that, dream destination for your next artistic inspiration. So let's say you need some inspiration. Where would be your dream destination to go?
I've always dreamed to go Hawaii. Ooh. I would not harm the environment before anyone says that. No, I'll be immersing myself in the beautiful nature that it has to offer, the tropicalness of it, and I just feel like that's where I'm meant to be. But when I went to Barbados last year, the first time ever in the Caribbean, and it was just so amazing, like the tropical like plants and animals and the sea and the sand are just so beautiful. It really is. And it was inspiring. And then I'm in Japan twice. I'm going in February next month. Yeah, nice. So it's very inspiring when I'm there as well, especially because like I love Persona 5. I love The What Ends With You. These games are all set in Tokyo, and they're very much inspired by their surroundings, which is really cool. But it makes it's just one thing to immerse yourself in a game is to actually be in the city it's inspired by as well. So yeah.
All right. A go-to source of inspiration for tackling mental health issues in your artwork.
When you say mental health issues, like
so I'd say like what would be a go-to source that if like you said, like maybe you like the piece is supposed to represent like, I don't know, someone tackling like depression or anxiety. What would you say is like an inspiration that you would say you take inspiration from that thing to implement it in your own artwork?
I usually look on Pinterest, in all honesty. Okay. Pinterest is just really good. I have like loads of things saved into different mood boards. I check on there for pose references. But if I also have a hurdle I'm struggling to get across, I'll probably go to actually a gallery, get myself outside. Okay. Because when you are there like trying to stress, it doesn't come out. So you have to get outside. And even just socializing and talking with friends and going out, and just not to forget about the picture, or like I would say it's best to let go of it and then come back. But you do get tunnel vision, so taking yourself out the tunnel.
Definitely. A rapid piece of advice for someone who may be struggling with mental health right now. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
It's so hard. A rapid, just what Bob Marley said, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. I'm telling you, I really wish I listened to myself and those words when I was, especially when you're a teen and your early 20s. 100%. Like now I'm just like, embarking on my 30s. I don't know what happened. I turned 30, I unlocked some EXP, some experience points came, and I just got to level 99. And I was like, wow, there's literally nothing really matters. Like all this stuff, like there are things you're worrying about now that won't matter in a year time. I'm telling you right now. And when I started learning, I was like, you know what, nothing really fucking matters. Like, I'm going to live in the moment and do what makes me happy. That's why I'm embodying that DW energy. Like, I love that she's just like here and now. And that's what you got to do. Be here and now. Stop thinking about the future. And I'm telling myself this too, because it's hard.
It is.
It's hard. Do you think you are investing in your future? Like, bro, look what happened in 2020. We all lost our jobs. Everything changed. There was no economy at one point. Now we're living, like, we're paying the costs of it. But life still goes on. Life still goes on. And you will always carry on as long as you are alive and you keep fighting. Like all those anime characters we love. What do they all fucking do? They all stand back up.
They all stand back up. That's the truth.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I think, no, that's definitely so true, because I think that it's definitely, like you said, like advice that, you know, I'm trying to take on as well, because I think, like, very quickly, as you mentioned, so as I mentioned, we met at an anime event, and the Anime and Chill event in May last year, like, that one surprised, like, people, like, I went by myself, like, I didn't go with anyone, and literally, like you said, like, I think I told my brother on the day, I was, like, so nervous about it, because I was like, I don't know anyone, I've never been to an anime event before. I was like, you know what, I was like, I don't know how it's gonna go. I was like, I told my brother, I was just like, part of me's feeling like I might just not go. My brother was like, no, just go, like, you might just experience it.
I'm so glad he told you to go.
I'm so glad that I went to, because I was like, like, personally, I will say, like, it is a great community that these, like, different organizations have. Like, the people you meet, see people that you, like, you didn't know. Even, like I said, funny enough, there was a person that we went to Air Cadets with, and I hadn't seen for ages, and I saw him at the Anime District Bow Party. So I was just like, I had no idea you were into anime. He's like, yeah, I'm into anime. I didn't know you. So yeah, it was really funny. So yeah, you just don't, like, I think a lot of people, like, overthink, like, whether it's going to Comic-Con, whether it's going to anime events, like, they're just like, I might not fit in, I might not work.
Yeah, none of us fitted in. That's why we like this stuff.
We like it. And everyone's friendly, everyone's nice, like, everyone's, like, really interested in, like, learning. Like, even if you've never watched anime before and you go, like, people will come and they'll be like, look, here's the notepad, take down notes, like, these are the animes you want to watch, like, these are the recommendations I got, these are the ones that are short, these are the ones that are a bit longer. So yeah, I would always recommend, like, go, that's my personal story. But yeah, I'm not doing the quick fire yet.
No.
So I've got to save my answers. One thing you do every day before you start to draw.
Stretches. Okay. Just hand stretches, arm stretches, and realizing the health of my hands and my arms is so important. So, yeah, stretches and drink of water.
Good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Very good. Abstract, surreal, or realism. Which art genre do you enjoy exploring the most?
Surrealism.
Okay.
Beautiful things have happened in the surrealist era. Yeah. Okay. We love a surrealist. I mean, who comes to mind? I can't remember his name. Oh, he did the melting clocks. What's his name?
I don't know.
Yeah. You guys know who you're talking about. He has a funny moustache and he has a museum in Barcelona. I can't remember his name.
Wait. No, it's not Gaudi, is it?
No.
No, it's... I
can't remember his name.
I love Barcelona as well. So...
I know who
Name will appear. Share a quick anecdote about a particularly challenging illustration you've conquered. So share, I guess, like, a quick story about an illustration that was really hard for you. I guess you kind of did that, but if there's another one that you want to mention that was kind of hard to draw, or like you said, you were blocked, but you've now, like, overcome it, and you've
Most illustrations I draw they are hard to draw, because other than, like, getting the composition right, that's usually the hard part, because I'm trying to tell a story and, you know, use the golden ratio.
Oh yeah.
You kind of do it. It becomes a knack without realizing. You kind of learn what is your point of interest. But yeah, composition and the golden ratio. I think the most recent one I've actually done is the Eren Yeager picture. So after the Attack on Titan, got the final part and it completed, and I was just like, I need to draw a picture of Eren, because I watched Attack on Titan from the beginning it came out, and it is very good. It is very, very good. And I actually like the ending. What I actually did, because I completely got lost with Attack on Titan as it came out. I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't really like it. I watched it all again before the final part came out, And then having it all fresh in my head, I was like, that ending makes complete sense. It's very good. And I drew a picture, but I was just like, I'm not getting it right. It's just something's not clicking. And I'm not joking. Sometimes I pace up and down my room. I would walk around, I would try and look at it like that. Is Ida gonna come yet? No. And then suddenly I just started drawing bullshit, and honestly, I just drawing anything.
Yeah.
Then I realised, it's actually, stuff is coming out. Okay. And I went with it and I got so excited. I actually went, yes, that's it. You had the little eureka moment. And it's basically Aaron's Attack Titan, his skeleton in the background. I was trying to draw these clouds and I was like, I'm trying to draw like a nice atmospheric, beautiful picture, but at the same time really dark. Because Attack on Titan is quite dark.
It's quite dark.
It's quite dark. And then it just, the clouds like started to be like the steam of the Titan, which is what they have. They excrete the steam. And then I saw the skeleton and I was like, that picture is sick.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
All right. Any specific anime genre you're curious curious about exploring, but you've never delved into it?
Sports anime.
Okay. All right.
I actually will look into it because I watched the Slam Dunk movie last year and I loved that film so much. It was so good. And I don't like football. I used to play football as a kid, but I don't like football. But people are telling me Blue Lock is good.
It's pretty good.
It's good.
It's pretty good.
And I want to watch Slam Dunk and read it. And then what else was there? Oh yeah, Kuroko no Basket and Baki, which is like boxing.
Yeah. Next question is: any tiny hint you can drop about your next big project or theme?
I'm currently working on a project now.
Okay.
If you know me, you know what it is already. I'm talking about, but it's the SBS of Straw Hats and what flower they are.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to explain no more. If you're a One Piece fan, you know what I mean. Yeah.
You heard it here first. And last but not least, when it comes to sharing your work, do you prefer posting on your Instagram story or posting it to your feed?
Probably to the feed.
Okay.
Because the story disappears.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, I'm gonna hand the questions over. I will say any artist questions, because I'm not an artist, so feel free to just switch it to podcasting or being a creative in general. But the floor is yours.
Yeah. Okay. So Jeffrey, who's your all-time favorite cartoon character?
I'm going with. You have to be specific Spider. I'll go with Miles Morales from the Spider-Verse films.
Yes, good choice.
Thank you.
I like that. Quick anime recommendations for someone new to the genre.
I would say I wouldn't like Naruto is good. I wouldn't go Naruto if you just want like something short. So if you're looking for a short one, personally, it's become one of my favorites. Is Spy Family. Spy Family. It depends who you're asking. Spy Family. But yeah, it's really cute. I like the whole idea. It's very like. It's just funny how it goes for. It can do like something really serious, but then switch to like something completely ridiculous and like very funny. So you can have one episode all about like being a spy, and then you can have one about like I'm just cooking food for my family. So I'm like, cool. So yeah, Spy Family would be my recommendation for anyone.
That's a nice recommendation.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's a good one. One cartoon character who significantly influences you?
I would say, I have to give it to Naruto. He was my first anime that I watched. I watched with my brother. Even I forgot to mention it when you were talking about like when it made you cry. Funnily enough, I didn't watch this episode with my brother at the same time. But you know, with Zabuza, the bridge scene. So I watched it and I didn't even realize I was crying until afterwards. I was like, I'm bawling out in tears and I don't know why. And then I told my brother, he got home and I was like, I watched, so he was just like, what did you do? I was like, I watched a bit of Naruto. Like, oh, what did you watch? I was like, hey, I watched this bit. And I was like, I don't know why, I just started crying. And he was like, oh, me too. Me too. And I was like, wow.
That's so sweet.
But yeah, I like Naruto for like who he is. I think as a character, he's very relatable in the sense of like, I think for him, like it's the hard. I know a lot of people say he was born like as a gift, like he had a lot of gifts, but I think his ethos of like always like just keep on going and his hard work, because he always like he was just like whether you like me or not, like I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna like he was just like I don't care if the village hates me, like the village is gonna come to like me, and he never let like what the opinions of others like limit him, which is one thing. And then I also liked I know everyone like jokes about it as a Naruto fan, is like talk no jutsu. I do like that he also realizes that sometimes you don't need to, like in fights, you don't need to always be like, well, I'm not saying like I'm a trained fighter or like get into fights regularly, but like I do like that he's just like,
I hope you don't.
Like, I promise, I don't. I'm okay, everyone. But I do like how he like talks. He always like talks to his, like, not all of them. Sometimes he just throws hands, but like he's always just like has that conversation. So like my biggest example that I loved was Pain. Like the Pain arc is
Brilliant.
to me the best arc in Naruto
ever.
And I really love how he like even like the conversation with Pain at the like throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole fight. I love even at the very end, like when he meets Nagato and they're just talking. Yeah. I was like, yeah. This
Do you know what? I love Naruto for the fact that every person you see is like, that's a bad person, they're a bad guy, I hate them, I hate Itachi, I hate Pain. And you're like, oh my God.
Like, yeah.
They're just lost.
They're just lost
like me and you. And
exactly.
Like, they could have been a good guy.
They really could have.
But they just took a dark path because they had no choice. But yeah, it just makes you realise, no, not everyone is all bad.
Not everyone's all bad. And I think, like you said, like villain-wise, Naruto just handles that in the best way possible, that you'll just be, even like I said, like Madara, when he first came on screen, I was like, this guy is pure evil.
Oh, he came to throw hands.
He threw hands.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. This is like a real bad guy. And then literally when you find out his story, I was like, damn. Madara, why you gotta make me try and feel bad for you? So yeah, I like that. Like with Naruto, that's the thing. But yeah, Naruto's the character that I find the most inspiring.
It significantly
influenced me. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. Console, PC, or handheld?
Oh, that is a good question. I'd go with console because I had a Wii before, but like my funnest memory when it comes to gaming is very quickly, because I know I also said this short fire, but my funnest memory when it came to gaming was me and my brother. So my brother bought a Xbox 360 all the way back in like 2011.
Yeah.
I came back from school and it was 2010. Anyway, back then I came back from school. It was like and I remember it clearly because it was a snow day. School finished early. It was the last day of school. I came home. And he had set up the Xbox. FIFA, I think it was FIFA 11 was in it. And I was like, wow. And he was just like, do you want to play? And I remember that clearly. So console for me is like the best because it's where all the fun memories were. So yeah.
That's sweet. It's always more special when you have siblings,
exactly,
isn't it?
Yeah. And to play game, my sister though is if she watched this, I apologize. She's the worst when it comes like what like I'm very like her game is Sims. She says anything else like
Sims is a great game.
Yeah, I told her like Sims is perfectly fine, but she's just like, oh yeah, I want to do like when she of the family, I'm the best when it comes to driving games. My sister's pretty good, but like shooting games, she just gets really confused with the looking around and moving the character. Yeah. So like sometimes I'll just be like, have a go, try it, and then she'll be like, I'm not getting it. Like my character keeps dying. I'm just like. But yeah, you just like get used to it. So I always told her like, if you ever want to learn how to like get used to the like 2 thumbsticks, I said just play like something, because when like the first time I ever had a controller like that was when I was playing FIFA. So I said like FIFA is a good way to get used to it, and then once you're used to using 2 controllers, 2 thumbsticks, you'll then be able to like play like Call of Duty and all of this stuff really easily. But yeah, the console's the game for me.
Yeah, consoles all the way. What game has currently taken up most of your time then?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate. Nice.
If you haven't heard about it, I definitely recommend. It's like I said, I need to stop talking too much, but it's just like, to sum it up, it's just like how creative you can play the game. Like someone in my office plays it as well, and it's interesting because we both say like the way we're playing the game is completely different.
Yeah,
and we both see different things. We both experience different things. So for me to have that is in a game is really cool. So yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is taking up all my time. It's also stopping me from doing podcast stuff sometimes. Yeah. But yeah.
That's why I'm not playing. Like, I've already got too much time taken up by Zelda. Video game character whose design you find particularly interesting.
Damn.
He's got you got
me. Video game character. I genuinely don't know.
10.
That's just
9. 8, 7.
you know, I'll go Assassin's Creed Ezio. Yeah, I like
choice.
Yeah, I like the outfit. He rocks it. So yeah, Ezio. Yeah.
Would you cosplay him?
You know what? I would. I genuinely would. But I've said the three of all the 3 cosplays that I've done, Spider-Man was the only. So that Comic-Con in 2017, I actually didn't like properly wear my costume because it was cold and I was just like, cool, I'm just gonna wear jeans and a like hoodie on top. And then by the time I got to Comic-Con, like obviously like if you've been to Comic-Con, you know like the toilets get packed. Sometimes like everyone else is there getting changed too, so you're like trying to get. And I told my sister, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like I was just like, it's packed. I was like, there's no way I'm getting changed. I'm just gonna like have the costume underneath.
Yeah.
And also, I told her, the costume was too big, so I couldn't really see through the eye holes. And I was just like, yeah, I can't walk around because it was like the zip was at the back and you had to put it over your face. So I was just like, I can't even just have like. It wasn't one where like I take the mask off and just walk around.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, no, like. So I would go as I would be interested in Ezio, but I was also just like, I know I'm not going to keep the hood up. Like it would
practical.
It's practical. I was just like, for the photos I can put it up, but I'll keep it there. I'll keep it there. Yeah.
Awesome. What's your go-to karaoke song?
You know what? I was even thinking about this because like at work we do a lot of karaoke.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. You know what? Funnily, like, don't ask me how this ended up. Like, last year was the year that I did the most karaoke I think I've ever done in my life.
Oh my god!
Yeah. And the karaoke I ended up doing the most was TLC No Scrubs. Don't ask me why, but like three separate occasions, and like it wasn't even one that I chose. It just came up. Mike was handed. So I think it's gonna. Mike was handed to me as if people like were just like he knows it. He's gonna. So I was just like No Scrubs has become my karaoke song. So No Scrubs.
That's a good choice, though.
Thank you.
Your favorite challenge or aspect of cosplay that keeps you engaged?
Ooh, good question. Not having like looking like trying to find like an outfit that is so like I won't lie, I don't design mine. I try and find it online because I'm not that skilled at sewing. But I'd say it's definitely like trying to find a good outfit because sometimes you'll see something and it'll be like, oh, this is really cool. You'll buy it and then it'll be like, oh, it's like really poor quality. So like even when I went as adult Naruto Hokage for Comic-Con.
I remember this. Yeah, that was quite cool.
Oh, thank you. Like even finding like the adult version of Naruto was so hard on Amazon. And I remember I even like the outfit is like a size too small, so I was just like, I can't return it because it wouldn't come in time, and I was like, I'm just gonna have to keep it. But I think the biggest challenge with that is like I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll get like a kunai or a headband, but there wasn't one that I felt like looked good, and it was just like it either looked really plasticky or like it wasn't like anything like exciting. So I was just like, I'm just gonna go in my cosplay. People will know what I look like from how I'm dressed. But I'd say definitely trying to like find like it's like you said like props or certain things for your outfits to make your character like people know that this is specifically your character. Yeah, the attention to detail. Your most memorable moment from a cosplay experience? Going May Comic-Con, I didn't have the wig, but I'm just saying, like, people, if you're looking expecting me to wear a wig for any costume, it probably won't happen. But like, I'm just telling you now. I hear it. It is a lot. But going as All Might for May Comic-Con last year. Yeah, I remember that. That was good. That was cool. Because the funniest thing was, and like I'll make sure the picture appears, but there was another guy dressed as All Might, and like the reason why it's funny is if you've seen me, you know I'm not like me and All Might. I look like the skinny version of All Might. Like when he's hurt, I look like him. I do not look like how All Might's supposed to look. But I was just like, I like All Might. Like I tried to get a Deku costume, I couldn't find one, so I was like, let me just go as All Might. And what was really funny was there was this other guy. Like there were a lot of All Mights to begin with, but there was like this one guy who was already like he had the full like hair and everything, and he was like kind of big. So he was in his outfit, and then he was just like, let's get a photo together. And I find it funny because I look back and I'm just like, it looks like a before and after picture of the two of us. Like this is him just this is All Might just before he like bulks up. And I was like, yeah, man, like you can't write this. That's so funny. Yeah, that to me is the fun. That to me is my favorite cosplay moment. Getting a photo with someone who was like, fitted the character. Yeah. You were in character. I was in character too. That's so funny.
So, if you could draw inspiration from any place in the world, where would it be?
Somewhere I've never been, Tokyo. I'd have to go to Tokyo. I would love to go to Japan, as we discussed. So yeah, Tokyo would be the place that I would say.
Yeah. Big, really amazing city. You'll love it. Dream destination for your next inspiration endeavor?
You know, it was when you mentioned Hawaii, I was just like, I really like Hawaii. Because I've been to Tenerife, and I know that, like, the typical tourist of me, like, comparing two different places.
Yeah.
But, like, I really like how relaxed Tenerife is. It's, like, very, like when I go, like, I've told people, like, when I went to Tenerife, it was different to when I went to, like, Barcelona or when I went to Paris. I felt like you're still very in a city. It's very, like, it's like you're in another place, but I felt like you're still, like, feeling that rush.
Yeah.
Whereas with Tenerife, it was just like slowed down. And apart from the fact that there is a active volcano in the middle of the island,
cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Like, look, it's kind of bad last year because like the thing, I don't think it erupted, but like something happened that you couldn't get flights and people were concerned.
Oh,
yeah. So that's but apart from that, I would love to move there because I just feel like it's very, or like live there for a bit because it's very like slow paced. Like people live in like pockets of the island, but then usually they drive because like I said, when you have a volcano in the middle, there is no bus to get you from one end to the other. You literally have to drive. So when we were telling the person, like we went to some place and we met like someone that worked there, and they were just like who lives in Tenerife, and she was just like, you guys are taking like taxis? Don't any of you guys want to drive? And we were just like, nah, like we don't drive. And we were just like, we don't even want to try driving abroad. So yeah, it was, to me it was just like very slow paced, like very just chill. So yeah, that would be that. So yeah, Hawaii would be for that reason of, I imagine it would be the same, like you're just there to just relax. It's, you know, like you said, like you can still like get involved with the culture and engage with everything, but it's just very like slow paced, like you're not like rushing.
Yeah, we don't want the city rush anymore. We're done.
Yeah.
What's a go-to source of inspiration for tackling mental health issues in what you do?
Good question. I guess broader than like just podcasts, there's this really cool guy called, I'm going to butcher his name, Sean, I think it's Osin, I think is his name. But he's this like, I first saw him on Instagram because he does these really cool videos where he's just like, so he does a lot of stuff on like mental health and mindfulness and like not doom scrolling essentially. So he was like, so he always starts some of his videos with like, this is going to be your last like video. I mean, also it depends because sometimes you're seeing the video like 12, so like 12 p.m, not a.m. Yeah. So you know it's not the last video you're going to see on Instagram. But sometimes you'll just be scrolling. Like when I was scrolling at night, his video will just pop up and he'd be like, this is going to be the last video for tonight. And he just says, he talks about like mindfulness, like, oh, you know, like sometimes when we go on stuff like Instagram, we like that quick like engagement and that stuff. And we sometimes keep scrolling because we want to just keep doing it. But he's very like mindful. He does a lot of like, even he did a video that I watched today, which was all about like how do you ensure that whatever you want to achieve in 2024, you do? And I just think it's very like useful. So yeah, he would be my guy.
I like that, kind of calls you out.
Yeah. And it's very
That's
just
really
like
good to be like, actually think about what you're doing. That's really important.
And before we just like go to the next one, he always and I love that he does this. He always ends his videos with like so he says like, thanks for watching and remember to scroll mindfully. So he's just like, it's no issue if you like scroll on Instagram, or even if this isn't your last Instagram video of the night. Like I think I like that he never calls you out and says like, you've been on Instagram too long. He's like, no, like if you want to keep going and scrolling for as much as you want, you can, but just be mindful of like what you're watching, how long you're on Instagram and on your screen for, and let's think about ways we can just take a break, pause, and just relax. So yeah, Sean would be my recommendation.
The link.
Yeah, the link will be the link.
I actually want to know. That's really good because it's, you know, social media consumption that contributes to my artist block or creative block in general. So it is good to be like, you know what? Sometimes when you realize I'm just scrolling for the sake of it.
Exactly.
You exit the app. Do something more stimulating. Look at actually what's around you. I like that.
Yeah.
A rapid piece of advice for someone struggling with mental health right now.
Your advice was really great, so I don't want to copy it.
I'm gonna so much amazing music.
I would say never doubt what you do. And like what I mean, I guess like to add it on is like I think like you're saying like with Instagram, like never let yourself see like whether it's because you're applying for stuff and you're getting rejected, or you're like you're like not where you think you need to be, or you're like comparing yourself to others. Like never feel like just because you're not doing the same stuff, or like someone's like doing the same things as you, or like, I don't know, let's say your business is started at the same time in the same industry and they're like bigger than you, that you're somehow like worse. Always just remember that like what you do matters. And even like when you think about it, like just always and even again, I'll put the link to the video, like the video that Sean did. He was saying like also remember that like the small wins are what are important. So even if you do something different to what you did yesterday and you've seen that you've actually grown in that, that's how you'll then see like come December 31st that you're actually like, oh wow, I've done like loads. This has been like a really great year. So yeah, always never be afraid to like get started, but also don't feel like just because you're not where you think you should be or others say you should be, that you're somehow doing something wrong. Yeah.
That's a good piece of advice.
Thank you.
And it's something that we all need to keep reminding ourselves of. It's true. Life is not a race. Exactly. Everyone has their time.
Everyone has their time.
Yeah. One thing you do every day before you start creating?
Notepad. I have a notepad that I just like write ideas. So literally like what you said, sometimes I've told someone like at work, like people probably think I'm like taking notes, or they're wondering like why I'm scribbling. Sometimes literally it'll just be like, we'll be discussing something and then an idea will just pop in my head. Definitely when it comes to creating, or like when I dedicate time to, whether it's to work on the podcast, is I always have like a notepad nearby, so I can either note down, like if I'm watching a video about someone saying like, this is what you like, this is something you can learn and all this stuff. I make a note to just like, oh, how could I implement what they're saying to pick up the mic? Or, oh, actually, they did a video on this. I could do something similar. I'd recommend that. That's my go-to thing. Having a notepad nearby, so like any ideas or anything that I think would be really good.
And write it down instantly, because if you think, oh, I'll do it later, you forget. And then you'll be so upset when you forget. It's really terrible. So I understand that.
Oh, thank you.
I guess this abstract, surreal, or realism. Which art genre do you enjoy exploring the most?
You know what it is? Now, I will say, like, art is not my strong suit. So if I get the one wrong, please forgive me. But I think Picasso, I really love his style of
abstract
art. Yeah, the whole like, I think it's just really interesting to see like abstract pieces and like, so like even it's like, I think like I remember clearly like secondary school we did for both. Weirdly enough, like now I look back on it, I don't understand. But for PE as well, we did, don't ask me why in PE, we did like an interpretive dance.
Oh, cool.
Based on one of his pieces. Because it was all around like the Spanish Civil War. So we had to like again, don't ask me why.
That's what artists do. It's supposed to be so weird and wacky and like just don't make sense, but you make it make sense.
You make it make sense.
Yeah.
But I really loved his like art pieces and his style of art, and like I think for me it's just very interesting because like I think kind of like what you said, like sometimes like I doubt he drew, like I think that's what some people think is like they think, oh, whether it's like Picasso, like whoever, they like whatever they drew is like, oh, that's how it came out the first time, or like that's the envisioned thing. But literally, as you said, like sometimes they'll literally like I think it was I've forgotten what Picasso painting it was, but there was one where he literally like because when I went to Barcelona, they showed it like he drew the thing on like a piece of paper and was just like, this is kind of like, he was apparently just doodling, and then he was just like, oh, this is kind of cool, like let me explore it, let me put it on a canvas. So I think that abstract, the fact that like you might look at it and be like, this is just super weird, but then it's just like, no, actually this makes sense because of the context that comes with it.
That's really cool that translates for you, because I'm not the biggest fan of abstracts, but I do look at it and I can appreciate it, like the thought process behind it. Sometimes I get something from it. But by the way, I remember the artist's name that I like, the surrealist artist I like is Salvador Dali. Absolutely great artist. But surrealism is just also the same as abstract, challenging, real world perspectives. Realism is beautiful, but I love video games, I love anime, I love the fantasy world, I love to challenge the realistic stuff. I don't want to know it. Escape.
Exactly.
But share a quick anecdote about a particularly challenging time or you conquered. Very
quickly, I'd say I think it kind of links to what I was saying of like last year. It was just like very like applying for loads of like awards and stuff, and then getting to like the final or the semi-final, and then like not winning, because you sort of like get worked up, and then you get very much in your mind because you might see like other people, or like I think the worst thing was like a lot of them I was going up with, like I was going up, I say against, like we're fighting, but like I said, don't fight. Competing. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out I've got a underground UFC thing that I run on the side. But yeah, no, I think like you said, like I was competing against other people that I know. So even in my head, I was just like, well, like I'm still, like I'm friends with you. I don't want this to be an issue between us. Like, we both got our creative outlets, but I really want us to just be friends. So I think for me, it was good because like we both would see like how we would grow. Kind of like I said, like I think that's also another reason why I love Naruto is that competitive element with your they're not my rivals, but like that competitive element with your friends. Like you're both like going for stuff, and you're just like, I'm not gonna go easy on you because like you're going for it. Like
you're my friend.
Exactly. Like I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna try it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that was a big thing that I learned. And even like people saying like, oh yeah, you know, like to get, even though you might not have won, to get to the final, to get nominated, to get this, to get that, is so big. So yeah, that would be my short anecdote. Yeah,
I like that.
Thank you.
Any specific anime genre you're curious to explore but haven't delved into much?
You know what? It's not. I don't know like what the specific genre would be, but I feel like dark anime is what I don't really watch. So like Attack on Titan, I've just never watched. Like I've heard people say it's amazing, but I'm just like I like a nice chill. Like I know Naruto's not chill.
Naruto's not.
Naruto's not chill. Naruto, to be honest, can get real dark.
For enough already.
But yeah, I was just like, it's nice to have something that like it's not always like heavy. So I
understand that,
but I feel like a lot of good anime is. So like I will watch Attack on Titan. But I feel like for me, it was just like, yeah, it's like very heavy. And I'm just like, I don't want to go it. Like, I like watching anime because I can get a bit of a break from life. I don't want to watch it and then just like leave and just be like, damn, I'm contemplating. So yeah, so I would say like probably like more heavy anime I would like to watch because there are a lot that do like, they have like really impactful messages and really interesting ideas. But it's just like the heaviness just made me.
I understand that because I've recently stopped watching very heavy anime. I've always watched heavy anime. I'm just like, why does every shonen especially have to be such a heavy story? Why does every character have to suffer? Why do I have to like draw upon, I remember when I suffered like this? It's horrible. It's really I started watching very light-hearted, like slice of life, happy anime. I just want to watch stuff that makes me laugh, and I've noticed my life has been better.
Exactly. So I mean,
like something like Spy Family, or like, have you watched Psyche-K?
I haven't, but I've been recommended. It's
absolutely so funny.
Okay.
I was actually shocked at how funny it is, but it's in my top 5. I'm not gonna lie. I recommend that. That's just pure funny.
Okay.
And I watched a new anime recently called My New Boss is Goofy.
I think I've heard of this.
Yeah. It's just a very mellow, chill anime. There's a little part where it's a bit like, oh no, what's going to happen? But it's just so sweet and delicate and happy. Yeah. And I was just like, wow, like this is so refreshing. So I understand that completely.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to do a flip and more happy anime. Like, any tiny hint you can drop about your next big project or theme?
Ooh, yeah. There's something we're gonna add to the website. I won't go into details about it now, but I know with like a lot of my friends who are struggling to find jobs, they want something. So
this guy always has the knowledge. He always patterns jobs for me even. Always on the lookout.
It's always about like, for me, it's always about like,
you're very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got a good eye for your friends as well.
Thank you.
It's very Naruto behavior.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
No, I'm excited.
Yeah, so I don't know when it's like, I don't want to announce it too early, but yeah, there's something that hopefully by the end of the year, hopefully even by the middle of the year, we'll have put out there.
I'll keep an eye out. And when it comes to sharing your work, do you prefer posting on your Instagram story or on your feed?
I think like you said, like feed is nicer because it's just there. And it never goes away. Yeah. I also feel like I know I need to work on the pickup. Like all the highlights. But I just don't like stories. I think people don't really like engage with. They don't watch. They don't like keep watching. Whereas like with feeds, it's like if someone sees it and wants to read it, they will.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think feed is a lot nicer. So yeah, feed would be mine.
Feed, yes, good one. Yeah,
cool. But yeah, we've now come to the end of the episode. Thank you much, Aliyah, for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
It's fun.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's been great to learn more about you, about your art, about your journey, to discuss anime with you, to learn more about. Like I said, it's been like a whole thing. But I've really enjoyed it. I've been really great. Now, if our audience want to know more about you, maybe they want to check out the art. Maybe they want to even follow you.
Socials,
yes,
of course.
Socials.
So I am Aliyah Art mainly on socials. I've got my website, aliyahart.uk. Aliyah Art on Instagram. On Twitter is Aliyah Artist. And I don't really use TikTok. Do you use TikTok?
I don't really. It's funny. My manager is surprised that I don't use it. She's 2 years older than me. She loves TikTok, and I'm just like, it's
a pain.
It really is. I only use it for the podcast, and I only just repost what I put on LinkedIn and or Instagram.
Like, you use LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I just use that to get jobs, but yeah, Instagram, Twitch, Aliyah Art as well. Mainly you can just type it in, you'll find it.
Oh, cool. And yeah, thank you to your wonderful audience for coming to watch an episode. If you like this episode, like, comment, subscribe is always appreciated. Please make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss our next episode. I'm going to try and do more anime, like more of the Sensei of anime episodes, so that way you guys don't miss out and we can talk about very topical animes. And finally, if you want to support us, please do check out our Patreon page, and make sure that if you're interested in some of the other stuff we do around development, you check out the Pick Up the Mic YouTube channel, Fantasy, the Two Maesters, and finally the gaming channel, Pick Up the Controller. Check that out as well. But yeah, we're coming to the end of the episode. I can see time is going, so thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you all in the next episode.